Hello guys. Hello guys. Today I'm going to be continuing with giving a presentation about virginity testing. Virginity testing in the context of Africa. Why Africans test women? You see, African people knows that everything that you do in life, it has to be done in a responsible way. Women are seen as the custodians of cultures, humanities, and families, and survival of the future families. Because if you have women who are well nurtured from early stage, that make it easy to produce a generation which is very responsible about itself. Now, I heard that there's some media report that virginity testing should be banned because it's violated women rights, why men are not to be tested. Guys, let me tell you the truth now. Many African people believe in the family structures that everybody within the families must be raised with respect, with the family oriented upbringing. As you know that in Africa we have got so problem of urbanization. The impact of urbanization in traditional ways of life had actually affected the African life negatively. So African in the past used to have a ways of controlling sexualities among young women. So in one of those ways of trying to control sexualities was the issue of traditional virginity testing. Virginity testing in Africa, it's a very important stage in human lives, or it's a very important uh, ways to show that a particular culture has got a women who are well nurtured. You can't support why African test women. Number one, it's not about monetary, because many people they say that because they test them because African people are greedy, they wanted to make money off the girl. But partly, the reason why women are being tested is just to make sure that when they get married, they enjoy to be themselves. Because you will never, if the women are not, there's no ways to control them at the early stage that will encourage them to sleep around. When women sleep around, I'm not a doctor, but from cultural perspective, I think they lose sexual market values. So a woman, African pay, when you get married to a woman, you have to pay a bride wealthy. So that one you have to use to prove that you can't just go and marry a woman who's got 5 children, who was already a loose woman. You can't pay money. So African people, before they commit the kettles, they need to understand whether the woman has got sexual market values. So Africa knew that this can only be done through testing women virginities. Because once a woman pass virginity testing, that encourage somebody to pay a lot of kettles, and the families will get rich. But a families that has lose women, that's a shame to itself, because you cannot have money. Nobody will marry your children. So therefore, that's why you find that many traditional African society encouraged their young girls to undergo virginity testing. Reason being that that will bring family dignity. Can you imagine you have got 5 sisters, all of them have got different children with different fathers. The cars are always come and pick them. They're always drunkard. Everybody gets sex. Whoever wants sex, he has to come to your family. That's not good image for your families. So Africans, they said the best way to have this, it's not about making money, is to give women dignity. Because if a woman is a lose, is considered to be a lose, and she's got low sexual market values, that's a shame to their families. So that's why you find African societies, most families, people who support virginity testing are women. And most the guy, I can tell you, if you ask many guys how many guys will marry a woman who has been sleeping around or blah blah, as compared, people will say no, I won't. because not traditional society, everybody does that thing. It's like if you're a man, you meet different women, you can compare them. This one and this one, they're not different. I know that some people say, the system used by African traditional old people, it's actually not conducive to test women. It's such a bias and humiliating. But I believe that if women want to be tested, we will have to allow them to undergo that race. And then it seems as many Africans, they like to be tested. And then it's very sad that you find that young girls, most young girls are everywhere on the street. And then as Africans, without having baby without fathers, it's very, and this is a problem in Africa and diasporas, African people and diasporas. Every place you go, you find children rise babies without fathers. You ask, where's the fathers? Most of the father left. Some of them will tell you that I like that woman, but because she's not good as another woman. Reason will be one of the reason is that if a woman take care of herself, that increase sexual market values. That's why you find young girls, people will pay a lot of money to marry a virgin than to marry somebody who only have children out of wedlock. Even in terms of marriage system, depending on the culture, there are the cultures in Africa. When a woman is a virgin, you have to pay a lot of cattle, you have to pay a lot of money. But if a woman already has a child, you can't take them serious. You don't have to pay a lot of money. The price will be reduced. This is what I was trying to say today. Guys, until we meet again, let's treat people with respect. Sharp, sharp.